All right, cool. I'm testing this out. I have a new tripod. It's shaking up and down. I have a new tripod, so look at it. It's shaking up and down. All right, I have a new tripod, so it'll shake up and down a little. I got a new tripod, which means I'll be able to like adjust and down on cards now. So like I can just do like, so I won't have to hold it over. But this first one I'm trying it out on. I wanted to do a topic that people ask me about a lot, about oracle cards. So oracle cards, because people ask me, hey, how do you get specific with oracle cards, right? Or can you get specific with oracle cards? Let me tell you a story about what happened recently. I had a client that I ended up doing an in-person consultation with her, and she said she had this deck. It's really cool. It's a unicorn deck, and she said, I don't think it works. She said, I don't think this works. She bought this unicorn deck. She was going to start playing with it, see if she can get some readings. She says, I don't think it works. So I picked up the box with the deck in it, and I said, you're asking the same question over and over again, and you're not taking the answer. And she turned scarlet, and she, because that's exactly what she was doing, and she didn't know how I did it. And there's a secret to how I did that, and I'm not going to tell you it now, but I am going to tell you it in the future, and I'm going to put it in some of the information now that I'm building out as I build my business forward now, and I'm moving forward and making some changes in my business. So there is a secret. I picked up the box and I said, you are asking the same question over and over again, and you are not taking the answer. And that was exactly, and then I broke the deck open and I started reading with it and told her exactly what was going on. Okay, and it's a cool little deck. It's a unicorn oracle deck. It's kind of new. I don't have any of those angel decks. People keep asking me, how do you do with these angel decks? But I do have a couple of oracle decks here that I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm going to show you a trick, and I'm going to show a little bit. Some of my students know how to do this because I've taught them. Some of you know how to do this, but people get these oracle decks, right? And then they're like, well, how do I, what do I do to get specific? Because usually they have writing on them, right? So like, I have one here and you know what? I'm really glad that the tripod is not aimed at this mess. There's a pile of tarot decks here that's so high I can't even tell you. I have not found the right thing to put them in. I've got the Tao deck. I don't know. Well, anyway, you know how sometimes they got the words on them and they tell them. And so then what happens is that they got these words on them, but then it becomes hard to read them because people can't get specific with them. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. The first thing you're going to do. I hinted at this, and I actually showed you in some other videos how to do this. The first thing you do. Oh, by the way, this. So I don't have any of the angel decks, but of course I have the Santa Muerta deck. So Santa Muerta. This is the Santa Muerta Oracle, not to be confused with the Santa Muerta Tarot. This is the Santa Muerta. This is the Oracle. What's his name? He did the same. Listrani. I thought I'd tell you. These authors are beautiful. They do some beautiful work, so they should, like the last one I told you about, the Crows deck. Fabio Listrani, he's some beautiful work. He really does. His books, the books that come in these are beautiful too. But we're gonna throw that out the window. So you want to do it with an oracle deck, then the first thing you do is you throw the meanings out the window. You want to get specific. You want to know how you get specific. You want to know how you get spooky. You want to know how to do a spooky reading with the oracle decks, you throw the meanings out the window, you throw the words out the window. One of the reasons why I don't like those oracle decks is because they have writing on them, and when you start to read the writing, it engages the critical mind. I don't like that. I gotta tell you, I love the Aleister Crowley deck. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's one of the most beautiful decks ever made. I ended up getting rid of it years ago because I got so sick of the words on it, because back then when I'd look at it, the word would trigger my critical mind, and I would, Now I don't think it'd be a problem, but now it doesn't have the two magicians in it, which blows. But anyway, so the first thing you do is you throw the meanings out the window. Okay, so the book go bye-bye. You can keep the meanings in the back of your head if you know them. Okay, So what we do then is we throw the meanings out the window, and you're gonna have to touch it clairvoyantly, clairaudiently, clairsentient. So a feeling, a thought, a feeling, a sight, a knowing, or a sound, or a hearing. And that's what you're gonna rely on. You're gonna rely on those senses, those extrasensory perceptions. If you're really into intuition and psychic ability, you have to develop your extrasensory perceptions. You have another set of senses that go beyond meanings. Okay? What you're using this to trigger those faculties. Woman is coming into town. She contacts someone in her family she hasn't seen for a while. He is wondering what her intentions are. You guys, I see people do this all the time. What's his intention? He called me back. An ex called me. What's his intention? Okay, so this is it. What's her intention? I'm going to throw one card, and I'm going to tune into that extrasensory perception and get the answer from it. The meaning does not matter. She wants to see the situation that she's in. There's a part of her that wishes to gloat and wishes to speak, bend his ear and change his mind about something. She wishes to spy, to see what he is doing. There's also someone else behind her that is wanting to know. So how did I do that? I looked at the card, I discounted the meanings, I let the clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, however you want to do it. And I bring that up because a lot of people make a big deal out of it. It comes to you in different ways. Some people get annoying, some people hear it, some people see it, whatever it is. If you keep doing this enough, you'll get some combination of all of them. Connect to the person that you're either reading for or reading about. Okay? All right. So then let's do another one. So that's not necessarily what the card means. You see? Okay, so someone else comes along and says, what happened to him? There was something missing. Because this is another one, people. Where did I put my keys and stuff? There was an investigation of some missing property. Where did it go? Where did it go? I'm thinking of a certain situation. Connect to the individual who lost the property. And as I do that, I feel the other individual that stole the property. It's guarded by a dog. There's a dog on the property. There's several things that have been stolen since. A computer. There's a false bottom where some of the stuff has been stolen. There's a dog on the property. There's several buildings. The books. There's a problem with one of the things that was stolen changing the serial number. It's actually a car. It's a VIN number. They're trying to figure out how to change that. So they're changing the car around. So they're breaking the car. Okay, so they're breaking down the car parts because they're concerned about the VIN number. That's already gone. That's already been broken down. There's a computer that's still there. And there's some tools. Sharpening tools, knife tools, other tools that have been integrated into the other tools in the property so that in the person's collection so no one can find it. And there's literally a big ass dog on the property guarding it. So what they stole, they put into a property that has more people on it than just one or two, and they've actually got a big dog guarding the property. So what I do is I look for clues, what comes at me from the card. I connect to the person. I see what comes off. I use the card to put my mind in a state of calm, and I let the specifics start to come. The problem comes when you censor yourself. If you start to censor yourself and say, no, that can't be, no, that can't be, that's when it gets tricky. You second guess yourself, you're interfering with the psychic faculty, the extrasensory perception. The best way is to get yourself in a place where you're calm and you can actually gaze into the situation and touch it with the extrasensory perception lightly, not forcing it. If you try to force it, it's going to get in the way. So what can I tell you to make this easier? Because in the end, guys, this is like an art. This is like playing an instrument. It's something you got to practice over and over again. So the first piece is practice. If you don't get it the first time, that doesn't mean that you can't get it. Most people these days are being discouraged from developing those extrasensory perceptions, and it interferes. Sometimes we have to learn to trust ourselves again. So that's another piece. You got to learn to trust yourself. You learn to trust yourself by doing it over and over again, practicing just like if you were playing an instrument, because this is like an instrument. It's an art. And then I'm going to suggest drinking water, drink plenty of water, and making sure that you're not in a place where there's anxiety or fear, because that's going to cut it off. Okay? Connect to the person in the situation. Use the card sort of like a mirror. Gaze into it. Throw the meanings out the window. I believe the first card had something to do with creativity in terms of this, and then the last, what did I just look at? What was the last card? Oh, that's Quetzalcoatl. But it didn't matter, because I just used them as sort of the field to gaze into. Okay? So that's how you do it. I will be doing more videos on, and I'll be doing some programs and things, and I'll be giving away some information, and I'll be doing some programs and some classes on how to do this deeper, because I think there's been this movement where psychic is, people think psychic is bad or tarot is bad, and intuition is good. It's like, all right, it's all how you package it. That's great. But this intuition is good has left people going, well, how do I get accurate? How do I get accurate information? In some cases. In some cases, some people are like, hey, I'm intuitive. And by the way, I used to work, my first job, I used to work with a woman who used those angel cards, and man, was she good. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm discounting those or saying that you can't do it. It doesn't matter what the tool is. If you can do it, you can do it. And she was fantastic. She was a good friend. We used to read for each other. She was really good when I started out. And she'd use those angel cards, and they just didn't appeal to me for whatever reason. But you can use an oracle. You can use oracle. You can use them though. I did use them on a couple occasions for readings for people because they wanted me to use them. Some brought their deck in and said, hey, could you use this for me, please? I'd like you to. So I did it for them. And but that's how you do it. And I would do the same sort of method where it didn't matter what the meanings were. And how do I do it? Well, I told you guys in that one video where I said don't overcomplicate it. It's called Don't Overcomplicate It. I just, open up the deck, start reading. Don't worry about the meanings. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't think you need to put 50 crystals on it. Don't need to think. You don't have to. Usually that stuff, and it's not that crystals can't do stuff. It can do stuff, but I think that it can do these days a lot less than people think they can, because the crystal itself doesn't do it necessarily. All of it. Something you got to do to sort of amplify it. Okay, but the thing is that maybe it doesn't do as much as people think it does, All right. So it's probably in those cases more for getting the person in the mindset where they can just allow themselves to do it, to get themselves out of the way to do it. And that's fine. If that's your process, that's fine. I'm not criticizing it. Some people sage everything. That's fine. That's probably more for you and what's going on up here to get you in the mindset to do it. That's fine. If that's what you need to do to set the space to allow your intuitive faculties or your extrasensory perception to come out, that's fine. Do what you got to do. But you don't have to. You don't have to complicate it. So that's it. I hope it made sense. Listen, give me your comments and questions, please, below if you want me to go deeper into this, or what questions do you have then on it? How would you like me to go deeper in this? And then I'm going to ask you all a question. I'm going to ask you all to do me a favor. What is the number one pain in your life or your business right now, let me know in the thing below or send me a message, okay? I'm Lucky Lynx, and it doesn't matter if you're a reader, it doesn't matter if you're not a reader, okay? What's the number one pain in your business or in your life right now? And then remember, and it doesn't have to be dark and spooky, and it doesn't have to be bright and whatever, because I did the same thing with with the unicorns. Picked it up and I knew exactly what was going on, and then I used it for reading. So it doesn't matter. It's not the tool. The tool helps, and some tools work better than others for certain people, and there's reasons for that too. All right, I'm Lucky Lynx, as always, wishing you success and good fortune in all that you do. So get those oracle cards you got that you love, that you use, throw the instructions out the window, start trying to do it this way, see what you get, and remember, if you want to schedule a reading with me, 779-302-8009, or email me at conjurehope@gmail.com. And then you want to take a class? Do you want some training? Because I got that too. If you want to learn how to read a crystal ball, which actually will help you with this method, what I do with people in that crystal ball class is it's all about developing your extrasensory perception. And you can even use your oracle cards for that class in the beginning of the class. If you want to take a class in tarot, then I got one of those, intermediate to advanced. I got one in Lenormand. And I got one in playing card reading. And I got one in how to read the Mexican Loteria. Now, if you like these videos, you want to see them keep coming, and you want to donate, and I'm leaving the information to do so below for that as well. And I thank everyone who has donated very generously. People have donated quite generously, and I thank you guys. So try it, do it, play with your oracles, and I think I'm liking my new tripod. And like I said, I'm going to be able to zoom over the cards now instead of having to do it this way. So that's cool. And so I'll be able to do some of those things. And I'm also doing a Lenormand Grand Tableau class, which was the whole reason I got the tripod, because the whole thing's going to be about, looking down on the Grand Tableau. That just started, but it's not too late to get in. And all my classes, I structure them in a way that you can go at your own pace and you can come in at any time. Classes are going to change pretty soon. I'm going to be doing some more things, some different things, and be doing a lot more offerings. So, again, I am Lucky Lynx, as always, wishing you success and good fortune in all that you do.